Hey guys.
Hi.
Oh,
Well, it's fantastic, isn't it? So there's still a couple more coming, I think. Right, so let's have a look. Don't know you, I don't know you, I don't know you. But I know Hannah, she's my second in command. Um, Eva and Alexianne obviously got films in the festival. Congratulations, you two.
thank you. Thank you.
DANCE, that's tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah,
Ooh, exciting.
it's
But
on Monday actually. I think.
I hope it's not too scary for everyone.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. So I was hoping for someone else to come along, but I'm gonna like do an intro and explain why the entree selection. Which I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but it'd be a nice starting point, and then Holly's gonna sort of run with it. But I'm gonna be around, but I want to keep out of it because I'm neither a student nor a filmmaker, well, kind of, nor definitely not a woman. So it's not really for me this, but I wanted to be here because I just want to be involved in everything. Um, I don't know if those two are coming. I think I'll just crack on with the if they jump in. Um, I'll give a bit of a minute.
Maybe like another minute.
Hmm.
I don't know.
And so Holly? Who are your guests?
Em and Libby,
Ah, okay, yeah.
my best friends from uni.
Both of them the best equally, or can you not say because they're both on the call?
Equal.
Good answer. Um, but Red's on away. Eloise Cat might come after. It's like people drop in. It's
Mhm.
it's very an impromptu thing, isn't it, Holly? I think it's we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? But then we didn't really plan it. We just were like, well, yeah, we'll just invite some people and we'll just chat. And but sometimes they're the best things, and you don't plan them. You just get
Yeah.
talking. And you've got a
We
few
had
guests,
like
so I really
a
appreciate that.
yeah, we had like a million other things to do, didn't we? And then we're
Yeah, we've
like,
been a
oh
bit
yeah,
busy,
we
haven't
can do
we?
this as
Been
well.
quite busy, yeah. So what I'll do then, I was hoping that another student was going to turn up. She's graduated now, but she's from America. She's called Lara. She was in the festival last year. And because I've done the festival for so long, I've not thought about students. Some student films come in, but it's not necessarily university. Some people that maybe go to the National Film School or they go to film school later on in life. So I never really thought I need a separate section. But last year I had Lara's film in the competition selection, which I look back and I feel really bad about because it's like giving someone £10 and then giving someone 100 and asking them to go shopping and see who brings the best thing back. Budget wise, as most of you know, student films slightly different to those that are from distributors. They've got loads of money behind them, they've got backing. But a film was really good, and I wrote a really nice review. Um, and I just thought after that, I thought that was I felt a bit bad, but I thought I could just throw in the deep end of all the big guns. But the film was decent, but the jury at the time weren't really praising it high enough to like win a prize. So I thought students deserve their own pot. So that's why I did this. And I've told her that, and I was hoping she'd be on. Um, she's not, but will record it and I'll forward it on to her. But yeah, it's just sometimes just one little thing where I think this is the 10th year and I've not done this before, but I have promised I'm gonna do it going forward, and hopefully Holly, who's pretty much managed the entire entree selection since I don't know what June,
Yeah.
July, yeah. So she's amazing. Um, couldn't have done it without her. And there's Reg. Hello.
Hiya. Hi.
So that was my intro. I think we're just going to do a basic talk about the stuff that you guys know most about, and I think this will be really good to do it, publish it, and get it out there for all those ones with the big budgets, and just say, well, let's not forget where we came from. And you've all got really great brains and great stories. So yeah, Holly, if you have any questions from just if you want me to shut up, I can. That's absolutely fine.
I don't mind, you'd have to show up.
Mhm.
Um, I kind of just thought it would be nice just to get to know each other and just kind of build, I think being female filmmakers in the industry, even at like entry level, you can tell that it's quite male dominated. So I just think it's important to build connections and stuff. So I just thought this would be fun to get to know each other and build our support networks a bit more. So if anyone just wants to like introduce themselves, I think that would be a good place to start. I can go first if you want. Um, but there's also no pressure if you don't want to. But my name's Holly, and I recently graduated, so I'm not a student anymore. But I did film production and I did producing and screenwriting mainly. And now I'm working at the film festival and doing a bit of marketing stuff for the coffee shop that I work at as well. Um, that's pretty much all I'm doing at the moment because I don't know what I'm doing next. But yeah, if anyone else wants to jump in, introduce themselves.
I'm happy I can go next.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rejwan. As weird as it to say, feels to say, I am a second year now doing film production. This year I've specialized in directing and something else, which isn't a good sign if I don't know it. And I'm also planning on shooting my first short film with friends sometime this year.
Very exciting. Yeah.
My name is Alex or Alexianne. I just graduated as well, but I studied film and TV production at University of York. And we didn't really have like specializations necessarily, but in third year you could choose like like a big module that you wanted to do. I chose cinematography, but then we also had something else, which was a big project, and I chose to direct for that one.
Hey, do you want to say a little bit about your film as well that you've got in the festival?
So the film is called DANCE, bit of a mouthful. But I didn't come up with the initial idea for the film. Basically, how it worked at my uni was everyone got the chance to pitch at the start of the year, and then students and teachers would vote for which films that should go through. And then I think it was like 9 films, a documentary, and 3 TV series, went through, and the person who pitched DANC initially wanted to be the producer. So I was like, thank God, because I wanted to direct. So we had to interview for that, and I got through as the director. The film follows 4 uni students who just want to have a good night out, and chaos ensues in as they are like chased essentially by a killer throughout a nightclub on Halloween night. And yeah, it's just a tale of who survives, who doesn't, who deserves to survive, who doesn't, um and such and so forth. But it's
Yeah. Your film is so fun. I remember like when I was watching the all the entree ones, yours was one of the first ones that I watched, and it was such a fun one to watch first.
it's a
Um, Eva, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So I'm Eva. I also just graduated. And I kind of specialize in mainly directing, and then I did a bit of like production and costume design, but my uni didn't really have like modules on it. I kind of just took it into my own hands and did it for my film because I'm really interested in it and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you want to say a bit about your film at all?
Yeah, so my film is called Moonbound, and it's about a group of witches, mainly the two main characters, Lila and Fern. And it's kind of about like a brief romance between them. It's very kind of like lighthearted and kind of was going for like whimsical, like 90s witchy, like kind of vibe for it.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, got a message. If anyone wants to put in the chat as well, you absolutely can. Hannah recently graduated screenwriting MA, writing for Filmotomy. Nice. Em and Libby, if you want to say anything. Do you want to go first? You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm I've also just graduated with Holly at the University of Lincoln. And if there's background noise, it's because I've just moved to Cornwall and we're moving house. Um, and I specialised in sound, and yeah, I really like sound.
I'm Libby, and I'm just in. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just in third year at the moment, and I'm mainly studying screenwriting. But yeah,
I think that's everybody. I don't know if there's anybody missing. Okay. I kind of feel like a good place to start would be asking why everyone chose film as well, or like where everyone chose to go down the creative route. Where did everyone's passion come from, if anyone wants to jump in?
I wish I had like a really cool like I always loved film growing up. No, I just didn't want to be poor, and I was like, I want a job that's financially stable, and then film seemed cool, so I was like, yeah, totally, this is the way to go. It was not the smartest decision, but I was right about it being really cool. Yeah, I was like part of the lockdown film production people. Like I got really into like the job of like making films during lockdown. So like this seems awesome, mostly because I was watching way too many behind the scenes. And now I do a film degree, so I think that tunneled down really well for me.
Yeah, it was a good choice, clearly. Are you happy with the choice now?
Yeah, 100%. I love Lincoln.
Yeah, same. Are you on film production or film and
Film production,
film
yeah.
production? Are you enjoying
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I literally spoke to Jack today as our lecturer.
What, Jack Shelbourne?
Yep.
I miss him. I actually miss him.
I don't blame
Um,
you.
Hannah started studying film studies during her A levels. I did as well. Um, I'm not entirely sure why I chose it. I can't really remember, but I remember enjoying it at A level and deciding to do it um, at uni, so I don't really have a fun answer either. Does anybody else want to share?
I have the same exact answer. I studied film studies in A level. I also have no idea where I chose. I thought it'd be fun. And then I knew that I really wanted to go to uni, and it was either film or law, and I hate essays, so I was like, I'm gonna do film. So I just Googled like film production courses because I also wanted to like make a film rather than just
Mhm.
films. And then York had like a good ranking, so I was like, okay,
You were like, I choose that one.
yeah, literally it.
I love how just none of us can remember why we chose it. We just
Seems
kind of
fun.
ended up there. Does anybody else want to share?
Yeah, I'm like the exact same as well. I also did film studies A level. I did like GCSE media, and that's why I picked film A level. I ended up doing film and media because in my sixth form you could do both, which was good because it was kind of the same thing.
Hmm.
Um, and I've always liked, I think I liked more TV when I was younger because I think I've always really liked like feminine, like kind of girly stuff, and I feel like there was a lot more of TV. And then I got more like into film, I feel like when I was a bit older. Yeah. So then I
Mm.
did it for A level and I decided that's what I wanted to do for uni because I didn't know if I was gonna just do like media for uni and do more like marketing or like advertising. But I really liked film A level and I did like a film for the coursework. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah. Does everybody kind of feel like they've always been creative people? Because I feel like as children, all I did was draw and I was obsessed with stickers and things like that. And I always feel like the stuff you're into when you're really little translates. So I feel like if you're, yeah, exactly. So I feel like that's probably why we chose it a long way down the line. Um, if anyone else has anything they want to share, I'm just really eager to know where everyone's passion came from. Em or Libby, what especially what made I'm always curious to know what made you so interested in sound because on our course, I don't know if it's different for everyone else, but Em was like the only sound person. Like
No,
she,
there's two of us. There's two of us.
what
There was one
was it
other
you
person,
and um
Dom.
Dom,
Yeah.
yeah. What made you where did your interest for sound come
That
from?
is such like a strange question, but because I don't know, I was gonna say that like because I chose film because I did acting and then like at a different university for a year, and then I started acting in the films
Mhm.
that the film production course was doing, and I was like, wait, I want to do the behind the scenes. I don't actually want to act, and that's when I transferred to Lincoln. But I feel like sound. I don't know. I've always just been interested in like I used to make radio shows when I was a kid.
Mm.
Um, and so I think that I mean I didn't know that it was even a role until I did film production. I didn't really know that it existed, but then it kind of all put like fell into place.
I mean, I don't really know because at my school we only had media. We didn't have film. Um, but I liked the creative part that it became when we like would study film sometimes in media, but I don't really know why.
None of us
Yeah,
know
it's
why.
just
We just like it.
yeah,
Thinking back,
yeah,
definitely like loved writing growing up, and
hmm
I would write stories, but like the other day I moved recently and I was going through some stuff at my mum's house, and like I have so many stories that it's basically a script. It's not, it doesn't read like a novel would read. And so like looking back on that, I definitely like wrote scripts from the get-go. Um
Yeah.
a script for like one of, we had a lot of final projects in my uni, and one of the final projects I decided to do a screenplay. And it was like, it was the most hella stressful, but the most fun choice for me because I was like, I love writing so much, and then coming to uni and having the opportunity to like make the stuff that I write, even though I'm
hmm
the ANCE, it was still like really, really fun.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of screenwriting then, or is it just kind of that?
We had a
Mm-hmm.
module in second year that was writing, which I did do. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then we didn't really have any screenwriting like specific stuff, which kind of sucked, but I get it. There's a lot to cover as like a film and TV production as a whole. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that, you didn't get to do that. But and then at the end, instead of what's it called, a dissertation, you could choose
hmm
stuff. So there was a wide range of things that you could choose to do
Oh,
for
that's cool.
the project, and one of the choices was a screenplay, which was
Yeah. It's quite cool that you get the option. Lincoln Uni is quite good because in our final year, you can do you do like other modules where you make films and stuff, but for your final project, you can choose to do either a short film, which Em did, or you can write a feature-length screenplay, which is what I did, which was intense. But I think Libby, aren't you doing screenwriting as well? Because you're going into third year, aren't you?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Are you thinking of
yeah.
doing
I
are you
think
doing
I'm
the feature
doing
length?
it semester 8 as well.
Exciting. I think it's good that there's
Yeah,
options. Oh, I think it's cool because everyone's kind of, it goes kind of along a similar line of everyone being creative and we all just end up in the same place. Um, with everyone being at uni then, I feel like certainly at our uni, or in any kind of film education place, I think they do tell you kind of as a woman that it's quite a male-dominated industry. I don't know if you guys had that too, but we had, lectures where they'd be like, yeah, it is quite male-dominated. And I just wondered if that was evident in your guys' courses. Because I know for us, I think it was quite evident. There were a few people who tried to kind of dominate the processes. And I just wondered if anyone else had any similar experiences like that or how it had been for them as a woman.
Yeah, I spoke to Robin about it. It's the whole point we started my society, but I remember the first day
Yeah.
of uni, I knew film was like male dominated. I just didn't know it would be to the extent it was. Like
hmm
for like I think the first semester, you could like count every girl on your fingers, and I was like, where is everyone? And I was like, I could work with them totally. Like it doesn't matter. But then I realized I'm not their mom, and I do have a problem with how they work. And yeah, it's difficult, but I think it's a good learning curve because I doubt people in the film industry would be much different from the people you work with in our course.
Yeah. It sets you up well, I feel, unfortunately. It shouldn't, but yeah. Has anyone else had any similar experience?
Yeah, my course is like it was a lot of boys. And I feel like at first, yeah, I was the same. I was like, oh, I think like it's fine to like work with everyone, but yeah, I just found whenever in the first year they didn't always listen to the girls in the group because I think at first my course tried to put like one or two girls in each group when they did the groups for stuff, and then it kind of ended up just being a group of boys and one girl. And I also found like the some of the boys, not all of them, but a lot of the boys in my course, they didn't really know like any female directed films, like even really, really popular ones. Like they hadn't seen like stuff like Clueless, or like they thought Sofia Coppola was the girl from the Godfather movies and not like a really popular director. And she's like one of the most popular mainstream ones. And I just found it like, yeah, kind of difficult because even in lectures, I feel like a big like thing for me was a lot of them didn't reference female directed work, barely ever. Like one time we had I think it was like a history of film, like online thing, and there was one like female director mentioned in the whole thing, and I feel like no one else even really like noticed. And I just thought it was like a little bit strange. And yeah, and I think it's put down to the fact that there's just not many women. And there's also, so like even people that make like the courses and stuff, like they don't put as many examples and stuff in, which yeah, I find like it's kind of a never ending like negative like cycle in that way where it's like yeah, like there's just no women like even like, and there's not that many studying now.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I feel like, yeah, female directors and just female filmmakers in general are missing off the curriculum a lot of the time. I remember when I was doing A-level film studies, actually, we studied, I think, 8 films over the 2 years, and none of them were directed by women. And there was only 3 girls in my class, and we were all a bit like, oh, great. And they were just like, yeah, sorry, it's the curriculum. So I feel it just kind of does, it's just present at each level, I feel. I kind of want to talk about leading on from that, kind of what women can do to build the community and support each other as we go into this industry as well. Because obviously, a bunch of us have graduated, a bunch of us are on the route to graduating, and we're going to be going into the industry. So, how do you think we can support each other? I kind of want to go back to the Girls in Art Society as well, because I think I'll pass over to you so you can explain a bit what it is. But I think that's such a great thing that you're doing to provide that support. Do you want to tell everyone a little bit about it, about Girls in
Of
Art?
course. In my first year of uni, so last year, um, I didn't get off with the best foot of everyone. Turns out I'm a very short fuse. And me and my friends, we already spoke about this in the other video of Robin. We decided it was originally going to be a girls in film society, but as we were having a discussion, we were like, but it's not just film, is it? And we just kept talking and talking, and we were like, and this and that. And it was like, interesting, why not? Why not? And it definitely, from my Instagram, comes off as very like stereotypically female, but I think that's because as we were talking about growing up, all my friends, we had the whole I hate pink phase. I'm not in order to feel like we were taken seriously, we had to like be almost like reject femininity in every way like we could. And that was like my hating pink, and I'm like, I absolutely adore pink. Like it's a lovely color. And someone was just kind of like we it comes off as like a very crafty like arts and craft society, but then we have our workshops with like lecturers within the university because we do try to like really utilize the facilities we have in Lincoln, especially since there's a little funding cut issue, so let's not do that. They're like, yeah, we totally use this. And it's been great fun. I remember one of our most like popular sessions we had is we did a lino printing workshop. Didn't know what lino printing was. And then actually researching into it and like all the women who did it in the past and how it was like a pastime and like a way to make money and beadwork and all of that. It was really, really fun. And obviously you meet a lot of people. Some of them are like, yeah, I do law, but I love doing this growing up. And it's just nice to know there's like a set of girls who have your back
Hmm.
as much as well as to have like guy mates and all of that, but sometimes it can feel like very disconnected because like as much as I talk about my experience, you won't ever really know exactly what it's like because
Hmm.
you'll never seem that deep and it's like it's so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I think it's just a really good opportunity to, like you said, connect with people who have been through the same things and have the same interests, um, alongside building that support network as well. And it looks like it's going really well. I've
Thank
been
you.
watching on LinkedIn. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Does anyone else want to jump in, just say how they think we can support each other, or instances you've had kind of on your courses where you've had to kind of stick together?
We used to have a challenge, I think it's still running, called like the 48-hour film challenge, where you would have 48 hours to make a film. And that was definitely like my course as a whole was very male dominated in general. But that challenge specifically was also quite male dominated. And in my final year we decided to do it, and we had a group with only one guy in it, and the film was just absolute fun because we were like, we're in it, we have so much stress, we need to just make nothing out of this. And it was one of the most positive sets I'd ever been on because I don't know if it was because it was predominantly women. Obviously, it could have just been because we were like having absolute fun with this random film that we had come up with. Um, but I think definitely working together like that, it did feel like really, really nice to work with like a group of women. Um,
Mm,
also on the DANC set, the producer, the cinematographer, director, and I can't remember her official role, but the creative arts production designer is the role. Were all women, and it was so nice when like we would talk to each other because like we wouldn't really speak over each other, fully listen to each other. Really, really nice. Um, so I think creating different communities like your society, it sounds really cool. And this film
you.
festival, this hall right now, like these are all just great places to start to create that community and build places where we can work together and respect each other. And hopefully, then other people, could be women as well, men, whoever in the industry who don't necessarily have the same mindset will see it and be like, yeah, okay, we can do this and we can expand it into the rest of the industry as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like people just sticking together and it'll be like a domino effect, you know what I mean? Things will keep changing. Um, we can just start small. But what about you, Eva? Have you had any kind of instances where you've been able to support each other? What was the crew like on your film as well? Was there a lot of female crew?
Yeah, yeah, my crew was like majority female as well. And the cast as well was like all of the main characters are like women in my film and girls. So
Hmm.
that was great. I think yeah, I think on my course like throughout I kind of tried to stick with like mostly girls and yeah, like gay people like my friend Caden he's probably the only person on my course who I feel like had like a great kind of frame of reference of like female work. So yeah, I think it's really great to like stick together. Like on my course I did that and I think yeah, like in the future I really enjoy working with other women like on films. I think is it's great and I think it's just sometimes I feel like it's maybe stereotyping, but I feel like sometimes groups of women are kind of more organized for stuff, which I kind of found it was yeah, a lot less stressful. It felt like more organized, but also just like a calm environment, not too stressful or like hostile like on set. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of want to, if she's comfortable, I feel really bad picking on people, but I was gonna ask you because obviously we made a documentary together about female stock car drivers, and we had our crew was pretty much completely female apart from Jack, he did sound, didn't he? But he's like an honorary um, person at this point. But yeah, how did you find that experience where we were working with mainly all women? Because I think that was the first time I've had worked with that many girls on a project.
Yeah, I kind of want because I was actually going to talk about it as well, but like, sorry, I'm not very good at articulating myself, but it
No, it's
kind
okay. I feel
of
bad putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
it's okay. That film kind of like, as someone in a technical role that's sound, I'm not really interested in writing scripts or anything, but I still want to make things that I'm really passionate about. And what I was going to say was not to stereotype, but in my experience as a sound person, when I was working with people, it was like in all of the films I've done, it's always been a male director,
Mhm.
and the scripts kind of reflect that a little bit. Um, and so I said to you, like in the start of third year, I wanted to do this documentary and I was the director for it. But it kind of also was a shame that I had to be the director for it because I really wanted to do sound still, and I helped Jack with the sound design and everything.
Mhm.
But it came from really like a kind of a frustration that I wanted to do like a film that I was passionate about rather than the action films and sports films that my original group were saying, which I ended up working with them in for my final project, and it was brilliant. But it was still a film about something that I wasn't particularly interested in. It had a like a romance girl character that was kind of there to support the male lead, which was fine. Like those films have a space, but for 3 years of uni, like I was constantly making those kind of films. So
Mhm.
yeah, we did a Brisker racing one, which I directed, and it was about female race car drivers, and kind of what I don't know how to explain it, but it was really good, and they were all mothers, and it was
Hmm.
talking about pressures and challenges that they face as mothers, like the expectation, because obviously that racing their racing like career is very dangerous, and a lot of their husbands race too, but they have kind of different expectations on like once they're mothers, maybe they shouldn't drive, but they should drive. Yeah, so it was really fun to explore and do that. It was really fun. Yeah, and it was definitely a different experience on set, not only because it was a documentary, but just because we were all female, which was really cool, except Jack. But it was really
Yeah.
fun.
Jack's
And my
like,
other films were really fun to make too, but it was a
mm,
very different experience. Yeah.
I feel like because we were all, it was coming from mainly you, me, Alana, and Veronica as well. It was mainly us that kind of came up with it. The kind of story was revolving around their experience with their racing and then being mothers as well, and the transition into motherhood. And it was about how male racers, people don't really bat an eyelid when they have a child, but when you've got a female racer, as soon as they become a mother, people kind of look
That's
at
what
them a bit
Holly
funny for
just said.
racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that perspective would have translated differently if we'd had, say, a male director. So I think um, I want to open this up to everyone as well if anyone agrees, but I feel like the way that female stories are going to be presented will be so different once there's more female leadership roles as well that are on a bigger scale. Like more female directors getting a bigger platform. I think there'll just be more authentic female-driven storytelling, if that makes sense. If anyone's got any thoughts on that, on what you think, kind of what you want to see come from more platforms for women. I just want to open the conversation to Hannah as well because I feel like I don't want to leave anybody out. Please feel free to message into the group chat. I really don't want to leave anybody out. But yeah, what does everybody hope to see? Like, what changes do you hope to see in the industry? Is my next question. That's okay. Don't worry, Hannah. I just didn't want you to feel left out. But yeah, if anyone has any thoughts, what do you want to see next in the industry?
Can I say something?
Yeah, please.
Um, I've always thought like when people talk about Hollywood's the issue, Hollywood's the problem, like because of my generation. But Hollywood is the issue. Women can't get the roles, but I think it does go right back to like when you were a kid and you look on what jobs are available for women. Um, and I do think if so when you all say when you went to uni, it was not long before that you actually discovered film. Like for me personally, I love film from when I was a child, you know, when I was a kid growing up, but I think it's because what you see is male directors and male people, and I don't know if it's like a subliminal society thing, but I do believe the issue is not just Hollywood. I think it's when you're small, your perception is you're going to be if you're going to go into film, you're going to be a costume designer or an actress, and it's ridiculous. And on the touch of sound, Webb, sorry, Emma, I spoke to somebody recently for the film Mole, which is coming up, and they said like there's a massive problem in the industry with sound. No women do sound. So if I was you, I would fight your way, get in there because that's one of the, believe it or not, one of the biggest problems in the industry. Nobody, because I do think there's that the doors aren't open from when you're a kid and you're growing up and you think, what can I do? Girls don't believe they can go into filmmaking. But now with people like Sophia Coppola and all of that and these festivals and the next line of kids who are 10 years younger than you, maybe in 10 years they'll be like, oh, well, actually there's Chloe Zhao and there's all these people now. And, you know, so that's my theory. It's a bit subliminal, but I do think it goes beyond the industry. So that's what we'll say. And also check out Ridwan's film on Saturday. All the three girls are going to be available. We're going to watch the documentary. If you haven't seen it already, because it was, I mean, I edited it, but it's their work and it was amazing talking to them. They've got such big brains. So you've got to watch it. And yeah, I think it could have been like a 3 hour, to be fair. Yeah, but so look, yeah, just that's my little plug for that for Saturday. So please check that out and go see it because they're amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Does anyone else have any thoughts? What, or building off on that, any experiences you had from when you were little? Because I completely agree with Robin. like when you said about you're expected to be a costume designer or a makeup artist or something. Has anyone had any experiences like that when they were younger that kind of tainted what they felt like they could do? Because I feel like that's a universal experience.
I definitely,
Um, you can go first.
sorry.
You can
Uh,
go, you can
I definitely agree that like the belief that you can be a filmmaker as a young girl, at least for me, wasn't there. Like if I had thought of being in the industry, it definitely would have been costume or makeup or something. And I grew up hating, as Rejwan said, like hating pink, hating makeup, all this. And now I absolutely love makeup and I'm actively working in doing SFX makeup at a screen park because it's so much fun. But I think what I really hope to see like in the coming future is just the representation and the like outward representation as well because there are female directors but they need to be seen and they need to be put out there on stages or in film festivals or whatever. They just need to be more visible to everyone so that everyone can know you can do whatever you want to do no matter what. Yes, it's a male-dominated industry, but it doesn't need to be, and it doesn't need to continue to be. Like when we have female directors going up into the industry, we can, we can make it better essentially going into it. And so hopefully in like hopefully not 10 years, but let's say 10 years, there'll be someone being like, "Oh yeah, I'm going into the film industry." It's kind of like 50-50 on male and female directors. Like, it would just be so much nicer to have that representation just widely available.
Yeah, I agree. Was there anyone else who wanted? I don't know who else it was.
go. It was me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, on that. I would really love it. Yeah, of course. It'd be so like lovely if it was more female directors, cinematographers, just parts of crew. Because it's tend to be more focused on directors, which totally makes sense. Because typically when you think of movies, you think of the big directors like Quentin Tarantino and all of that. But I also think there's kind of like an unfair view on female directors. It's almost like um when a male celebrity does something bad for like let's say an actor, um a male and it's just like oh it's just like another thing. But if their female counterpart was to do it, it'll just basically kind of have a effect on every other, let's say, female actress. So like if let's say there's like a really questionable female director, all of a sudden all female directors integrity is in question. And that's always really like rubbed me the wrong way, kind of like how the first like female prime minister or president is like it's so annoying because it's really hard to like kind of break out of these pigeonholes and all of this and there's like just so much like expectations you have to carry like as part of your like because there is like kind of a few cliches around female directors and when I was younger I was kind of aware of them and I didn't really like understand it so much like oh like why does it always have to be like about that you're a woman like you're this you're that and now that I'm older I completely get it like yeah being like Kurdish is a big part of me being like a woman my gender identity like I said is a massive part of my identity of course I'm gonna like put that across in films the same way the alleged a lot of like male directors put their own like beliefs and thoughts and parts of them into films. It's just I think that a lot of feminine things are like scrutinized, especially like throughout history, the way we dress, the way we talk. And it's really as yeah, I'd love to see more, but I think there definitely needs to be a change that one female director, cinematographer, sound operator does not represent everyone else as a whole. We're all individuals, not just a group.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like even outside the industry, that's a thing though, where it's like people just tend to stereotype and group women together. And it's just a case in every situation where one woman will do something and they'll be like, oh, make a generalized statement. I just feel like in general, people need to, I don't know, view it a little bit differently. But hopefully, I feel sometimes I feel like when you look at the situation as a whole and you look at, the state of the world and especially focusing on the state of the industry in terms of views on gender, it can be quite depressing, but I do think it is getting a little bit better. I hope other people feel the same way. I think it is going in a more positive direction. And I feel like us and people who are younger and who are entering the industry, I feel like we can all make some change as well, which sounds really cringe, but I genuinely feel like there's some really incredible young people who are really going to make changes. Um, like I keep banging on about the girls in art thing, but I just think it's so impressive. And I think, yeah, everything like that, we all just have the power to make changes, and I really think we're going in a good direction. Um, which sounds really like cringy, but
No, it doesn't. It
yeah.
doesn't. It's fine. And
It
that's
does a
why I do the
bit,
festival
but
as well, even though I'm a man. So, and even like, but look what I've done this year where I've got volunteers like yourself, Holly. And I was very, very selective about not choosing a lot of men to help out. We've got an interviewer and a couple of others, but and that's not me being like the reverse sexism thing. It's just, I want the festival not just to be about female filmmakers, but I want the people that representing it, like yourself, to be
mhm.
female. And eventually I'll disappear into the background and I'll just be like the accountant or whatever when we start making money from it. I don't know, but it's that. So it's all about the image as well. So like you got all the women have been amazing. So yeah, and that's what it's all about. Just until they're everywhere, and they're making great films. There's some great short films. Even the
What
stories are about women and young people. Amazing.
what
So
in
yeah,
the festival this year?
just the festival alone.
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen them all, but there's so
Mm.
many stories that men can't or won't tell. So yeah. So it
Yeah,
goes behind and in front of the camera as well. So
the ones that have been the past few days, what was it called? The one by Louisa, the
you
ceilings
see,
one,
yeah, yeah,
and Not All Men as well. They
yeah.
were, there's been some really heavy films the past few days. I don't know if anybody's been in the audience, but they're really heavy, but it is just, I think it goes back to that perspective is really important. Like you're so right, those stories wouldn't have been told the same way if they wouldn't have been told at all, I think, if they didn't have a female director. And I think there should be more festivals like this one that are focusing on that
Mhm,
and giving the stories more of a platform, I
definitely.
think. But yeah, um, I feel like this has gone to kind of a sad
No, it's not sad. It's
place in the
hopeful, isn't it?
conversation.
It's hopeful, and there is as simultaneously there is a festival. I forget the name of it, but there is a festival right now, and it was a really big night last night. We had an awards thing with an actual festival where people go. And
Mhm,
Misha Hassan, who was on a call yesterday with me, she was actually there, and it's actual physical festival where they go and sit in a theatre and
mhm.
celebrate women in film. Mine's on, which I wish they'd have told me, but no, I'm only joking. But yeah, so it's great, and
I mean, we haven't got too long left, but along the lines of like making changes, I just wanted to know what everyone's plan is, like what everyone wants to do. It's kind of a scary question, but like, what's everyone's end goal?
I think my like ultimate goal would be to be a director.
Hmm.
Because I find it a lot of fun. I love working with people. I love being on set. Right now I'm following, dare I say, where my heart takes me. Um, with the SFX makeup, just because it's something that I'm really, really passionate about, and I've been lucky enough to find a job in it already. Um, and it's seasonal because it's a screen park. It's only till like start of November, but I want to focus on that like for now and do that and do it to the best of my ability. Um, and it's really, really fun. I don't know if you guys have ever done special effects makeup. It's a hoot and a half. But yeah, I'd love to get back on set at some point, and even if it's just like being a runner and working my way up. Mad respect to you because I've tried sound. It's so much fun. I can't keep up with it. It's so much like going on, but I would still do like literally any role just to be on set and then work my way up hopefully one day to be a director again because it's really really fun and fulfilling as well.
Yeah, I think it is. The main thing is just that it's a fun industry to go into. Like we're all talking about the downsides and stuff, but it's really fun. And SFX makeup sounds, it looks so fun. It looks hard though.
Um
I,
yeah, I mean it can be, it depends on what you're trying to do. Um
yeah.
I'm self-taught, so I think I'm good. I choose to believe I'm good considering I got the job. But a lot of my like practice for it is just watching YouTube and then either making myself or my friends bloody and then being like walking them to someone else without telling them and seeing if they get scared, and then if they do, I'm like, great, I did it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it is just practice, to be fair.
Yeah. Amazing. Does anyone else want to share what they want to do next? Anyone got any exciting things? Hannah's gonna continue writing. Amazing. Are you writing anything specific at the moment? Like what kind of things are you writing? I would like to know.
Going to take over Filmotomy if she's not careful. She's completely running the show at the minute. There we go.
I know your name is everywhere, I feel,
Yeah,
on
it'll
the
be her
website.
website soon. I'll be tweeted.
Anyone else want to share? Got any goals?
Um, I mean, yeah, I also like long term like my like future like goal, I guess. Yeah, I would love to be like a director. I mean, I know it's like the hardest thing in film to like get into. Um, yeah, like I really like writing and directing. And I love, yeah, writing stories like just I mainly always write stuff about women, so I'll probably continue to do that. Yeah, and I really love like really kind of feminine, like girly, like I'm really into like aesthetics for stuff as well. And I feel like sometimes women's stuff, people maybe think it's a bit stereotypical that I am a girl and I love making really girly films, but I also think like feminine stuff can still be like high art in a way, and it can still be like I love like chick flicks, and I also like to me, I feel like I've like reclaimed chick flick as like something that's I feel like some people view that as kind of just a throwaway film, but I would love to make and see more films like that that are viewed as that could like win awards and like I love like what Barbie did and I would love to see more like that and more from like all kinds of women because I feel like another thing is like a lot of female directed stuff is so like white and I would love to see more just from all kinds of women. I think the people who make the best stories for women are women and the people who make the best stories for like gay women and gay women, like, and everything like that. So yeah, I would just love to continue writing and directing. I hope that I can continue to watch all of the like new like female directed films that are coming out because I feel like there has been more in like recent years. So I hope it like continues.
Mm, yeah, I agree, definitely. Does anyone else want to share?
I'd like to live off my work, like comfortably. That's definitely a
Yeah.
goal. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as everyone else. Writing and directing, obviously, it's a really cliche one, but it's because it's fun. People want to like control things and have creative direction all over that. But yeah, living on my work would be so great because it's not known for being the best, like the stablest job. But also, I think I'd be really fulfilled if my job just let me like learn more about other people, like travel around, meet like really interesting like people and experiences. Like I remember when I was younger, I used to watch those like documentaries like on BBC and like it'd be about the maddest things. And like looking back now, I thought that film crew must have been having the time of its life because it's not something you think about every day. And they're just here like one I specifically remember was about like a village in England that makes shoots and makes squirrel pies. And all back then I could think was a squirrel pie. But now I'm thinking that must have been such an interesting day for the crew. Just like, you see what we're doing? Because some of my favorite conversations have been on sets with for fiction, documentary production, definitely.
hmm I'm so glad you said that because I think the same thing. I like since doing film myself, I just see everything differently because I imagine what it was like behind the scenes. And I like, especially when I watch documentaries, I'm like, oh my God, that would have been so interesting just to be in the room as well. So I agree. I think everyone just wants to find a job that's fulfilling and financially supportive, I think. But what about you with your little sound thing that you got, your trainee thing?
Yeah, next week I start my sound assistant traineeship
Woo.
thing. Yay! And so I hope that leads somewhere, hopefully. Probably won't, but we'll pray and
Don't
hope that
say
it
that.
does.
Don't say that. Let's keep.
Sorry, okay. Yes, it will definitely lead to greater things. Yeah, so I'm starting that and I'm just trying to I don't know where anyone's based, but like I would love to just I really want to like make films with people that will go into festivals and stuff like that. But as I said before, I don't really enjoy writing. So I just want to be part of someone else's idea that I'm also interested in. So if anyone has any projects, let me know because I will definitely want to be on them. Yeah, but sound traineeship next week and hopefully it goes well. And that's with Screen Cornwall. And I'm just trying to find like because obviously I had my people in Lincoln where I went on films, and so now I'm just trying to find people in Cornwall that can do the same. Yeah.
Cool,
So
very exciting. Where is everyone based, just out of curiosity? Is anybody?
Currently Lincoln, but unfortunately from Birmingham.
Mum lives in Birmingham. Very nice. I'll come see you.
Oh, come see me, totally.
See, networking already.
Making connections, love it.
Hannah's from London. Yeah, I feel like it's that's the beauty of like things like this and social media though, because you can meet so many people from network without, you know, meeting them in person. Libby, we haven't got very much time left, but I want to ask you what your end goal is as well.
Well, I'd love to do like, oh no, I'd love to do like screenwriting, like writing the scripts, like that would be just, yeah, so cool. But just anything where I get to be creative, I don't really mind. Like, just have fun.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's a good answer. Yeah, there's so many different routes everyone can go down and so many different ways to just be creative in the industry. So I think it's quite a good place to be, just being happy to find where you're going. But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
we've. Oh wait, were you gonna say something? No.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I feel like we've kind of run out of time, but this has been such a good discussion. I hope everyone's enjoyed it. I feel like it was just nice to chat with people that we wouldn't have really necessarily met with. Um, but yeah, thank you everyone for joining.
Anyway, you're all wonderful. I'll go and watch some films. Go and make some films.